Yeah.
So what's some sectors that young people, Gen Z, can look to invest in to build wealth that's not quantum computing or AI?
OnlyFans? No, I'm joking.
It's your only route.
I will say media for one. YouTube, the whole creator economy, it gets talked about a lot, but I don't think people look at Google enough as a power player there. Them and Meta, I think that's a great index to invest in. Industrials we just talked about, and healthcare. That's it. There's not that many. This is the part that makes it, because we have like a lot of consolidation in this era in comparison to what we may have had maybe 10 or 15 years ago. There's not that many great sectors to invest in, like the Russell 2000, not giving the greatest return. So healthcare, media, specifically Meta and YouTube, and the healthcare space.
What about financials? Top two in financials. Let's just say JP, as interest rates come down, lower interest rate environments obviously help financials. If they're thinking about getting into that sector current day, knowing that interest rates are going to be cut from all projections over the next 6 to 12 months a few times.
Yeah.
What's around that?
JP, Vanguard, and BlackRock. I think are the only three you can invest in. Shout out to BlackRock. I'll say it again. Yeah, but those three are, I think, the only ones that are going to move the needle and have a competitive advantage no one can disrupt. Mid-sized banks done for.
No. Those are the three that, if you're talking about moving needle, those are the three.
Yeah.
What about strategies to not spend money after you've made money as a trader or in the stock market?
That's a great question. I think this is more mental. I think you have to choose to not want to blow your money, and then a lot of it is like healing from trauma. So like if you grew up not having certain things, when you become an adult, you may want to buy them. Or I know it was a big thing for even us as a community up to maybe 5 years ago. If like we felt like we were treated poorly in the store, we would go buy more to show that we had the money. But I think a lot of that has to deal, and it's like, why are you doing that for a person who's working at the store and they can't afford the stuff in the store? So, but I think if you've ever been broke, that should be motivation enough. I even have my friends be like, well, why don't you buy this, about that? I'm like, having the cash either sitting or working for me is a lot better than having the thing knowing that I won't get any value out of it. Cool. It may look cool. It'd be cool to put on a gram for 2 or 3 days and get 10,000 likes, but was it worth the 200,000 or 300,000? That no, I'm cool. Freedom is a much better choice. So psychologically, I think you have to just say, hey, freedom to me is more important than having a bunch of items that look good. And then I think it's really important, before you get the money, you have to write the plan for what you're going to do. So for me, my North Star was to be able to go where I wanted, to have freedom to say what I want. That's above all. To say no, that's more important. So I think you have to know what your North Star is. But after you get the money, have that plan in place. A lot of this is psychology and choice. And going back to that discipline part, it's hard every day not to wake up and I'll see somebody, that'd be nice to add to the collection. Or nope. Nope. Do I have 5 years tucked away? That if 5 years get bad, I'm good. That matters way more.
So how, this is interesting, because I've been asked this before. How do I not treat my brokerage account like a savings account, right? Like if I take profit, do I leave it in my brokerage account, or am I making monthly withdrawals of any profit inside of that brokerage account? Or do I don't touch it at all?
Yeah, the brokerage account you can't touch, because that's where you're going to build a FU money. Like if you're a trader, try and live off that money. But living off the brokerage money, sacrifice. This goes back to the discipline part. And you can say that we're too tough or too strenuous, but we've seen a lot of people in the last year or 2 years have a great business that was hella flashy. Things have tightened up, and now they're going to make adjustments for other careers. You should have just put the money away for 3 years. Now you want to blow up my phone. Rashad, Ian won't text me back. I told you the video too fucking. Shut up. I want to talk.
I think the mindset too has to be the mindset for investing, like a brokerage account, is that in your lifetime, you're never going to take the money.
Yes.
So, okay, that goes against like what most people would think makes sense, because it's like, what's the point of investing if I'm never going to take the money? So once again, this goes back to discipline, military strategy, stuff like that. It's like art of war. You got to have money to win a war, right? So it's like when these countries, America, all of the resources, reserves, gold, whatever, everything's stockpiled. It's not like then in order, you got to have power, and only way you really have power is through having reserves. Got to have the reserves. Absolutely. Not necessarily for you to ever really spend. So the goal is to grow that to a point, and then hopefully you're still making money. So if you're making money, you put a portion of that into the market, then you put a portion of that when you're actually living off of, and the market is just growing and growing and growing. And then of course, if you need to use it at some point, you can, but the mindset is that you're not looking at it like you're ever really going to take the money out. And that's really how you really build wealth, because you invest money, and then that keeps you disciplined too. Because if you look at it like you don't even have the money because it's not an option to take the money out, then your spending habits are going to be different. If you're looking at it like, okay, I got $1 million saved, and now I want to buy a house, and I got to put $500,000 down to buy the house, but I only have $100,000 in my bank account, then you're going to liquidate $400,000 from your brokerage account, and then you're going. But if you're looking at it like, I only have $100,000 in my bank account, then you're going to buy a house that requires you to put $100,000 down.
Or 20,000.
Yeah, I'm just saying you're going to live up to that.
Exactly.
Limitations.
Really, how you looking at it, you should never want to sell any stock, because the longer you keep it in it, the more money you have. And like I said, just having that is power. Like having the money is power. Like, you know, most of these guys, they're never going to spend most of the money. Most rich people are never going to spend the money that they have.
Yes, it's impossible.
That's just the reality of it. Then people were like, well, then that's wasteful, because why you got money if you're never going to spend it? Well,
for freedom.
That exactly. It's all subjective anyway. It's not like we're hoarding gold. I mean, who knows? It might not be worth anything 50 years anyway. But as long as it's still worth something, your freedom is dictated by how much money you have access to. And that's just a fact.
It makes a world of difference. Any decision, like any big purchase, I'll sit on for like 35, 40 days anyway. I may keep it in a little shopping cart. I'll come back and see. Like, even in business, I don't think most of you should be taking draws from that every month. Like, I wanted a Red Panda account. I haven't spent any money out of one of them accounts in 6 years. It helps just to have multiple streams and then just sit on them and let them stack. Does it take discipline? Yes. Is there some days I want to go out with Xander, buy Rolls Royce, and we play bumper cars with Rolls Royce? Absolutely. But to have his college paid off, and then his mom not worried, and my mom and dad not worried, way better feeling. Now, maybe one day if I need some content king creation, maybe one day me and Xander will. And we'll get Nas in there. We'll just ruin cars on Instagram with it. But
the bumper car play.
Yeah, but put the money away, and it be free and clear is a lot better. It's a lot better, man.
Yeah, because you see people that they're in options and they're in futures, and they're making money monthly, and they're making it weekly. It's like, great. But now when we talk about having money on the sideline, that's the sideline. Right? The return that you've got, great, as profit. That's your sideline. There's going to be opportunities to reinvest.
And that's another thing.
Yeah.
It got to be disciplined.
It's a learn habit for sure.
And I'm not going to say it's not tough, but like the more you do it, and the thing I'm going to be honest that has motivated me to even do it more was seeing all the business owners that was doing incredibly well. They balled out for 6 months, and now it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, the algorithm changes for everybody, like just like it does on YouTube and cool. And even in trading, I tell people all the time, you have a 4 or 5 hot month streak, and then you can go cold for 5 months. What are you going to do if you got 2 G-Wagons in private school and you got 2 mortgages? They still want their money.
Yeah. I mean, it's too, if you trade for a living and that's your source of income, then of course you take money, because that's your job. But most people are not trading for a living.
Yeah.
Most people are investing and they actually have a business or they're working as far as income. So the two go together, like how you receive income and then how you invest income. Most of the time, they're not the same. They're not the same. They're not one and the same. So you got to focus on two things simultaneously. And that's why, like I said, the longer you can go without taking them, it's like real estate. The longer you can go without selling a home, the more beneficial it's going to be for you. I mean, if you sold, a house in 1950, you might have got, $3,000 for that house, right? And in that time, that was good money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you never sold it, that same house today probably worth $1 million, $1.2 million.
Yeah.
Right. So the real power is just having it. Now, having assets allows you to get more money. You can get bank loans. You can borrow off the equity. You can, it's going to allow you some level of flexibility. But yeah, if you go into the mindset that you're never going to sell, that's going to be helpful, as opposed to going in and thinking that as soon as I need money, this is going to be my checking account.
Yeah, because if you use it like that, there's going to be an emergency too big that you can't replace. Even this weekend, there was a report like Houston's one of the last affordable cities to 5 cities that are affordable. And I'm like, 10 years ago, that was 20 cities. So, like, that's why I say, as you get the money, Mercedes, LVMH, BMW, they're going to find a way to get the business consultants, social media ad. Everybody has a ploy for you to make money or take money from you. Not many are going to give you a return. It's much better, like, to be free and clear and not have any stress. You can glow like Troy and Rashad. You see how they glowing?
Thank you. Got a new skin routine. Thanks.
Hey. You using double moisturizer or single? What you doing?
Just natural fruits and berries.
Yeah. Gatekeeper. Fellas, it makes a difference. We talk about it on Blackout. Take care of yourself, yo.
It's a fact. Got to.
She'll take care of you if you take care of yourself.
That's a fact.